Hey, welcome back to the channel. So it's time to finish up the war season 11 and 12. As some of you may know, I've been feeling pretty sick this week, so it fell a little bit behind, but it's okay because, I didn't get that many fights in war 11 and 12, so it made a lot of sense to combine them into one video. We're gonna have two fights with Magneto doing Magneto things, the reverse healing or at least heal blocking being part of the picture, the continued evolution of Magik play, where we'll go over a few more tips and tricks on how to play her, particularly against these improved power gain nodes. And then I think it just made a lot of sense to finish up the season with a Human Torch fight against a Mystic with Flame On and just seeing the awesome things he can do. I did get a card, which I'm extremely proud of and I can't wait to talk about. And make sure you hit like and subscribe so you catch all the content. I'm feeling better. We're going to be getting back into this with a lot of the champion reviews coming up. And then also, so that way you can catch all the details for the subscriber giveaway we'll be doing that I think is going to help the lucky winner with those holiday shopping deals in November. All right, let's get to the show. All right, so these last two wars were pretty close. We did, I think, need to win one of them to be completely confident in Masters. And then, I'm going to spoil the ending. We did win it, and the second one, we knew we had Masters. We did end up winning that too. So let's just really concentrate on the fights. This had the plus healing. I think it was Vigor and Indomitable on it. So, this is Warlock. He is metal. So bringing in an R3 Magneto, really this is just going to be about parry, heavy. I joined a high functioning war alliance, one of the best war alliances out there. I did leave one like that as well, but I joined one, and I joined a high functioning BG. So I really appreciated the way they worked me in, the way they managed to give me some fights and help me fill some cracks that maybe were left by the person who left the alliance. But as you see there, this is the fight I got there. I have a job to do, and I did my job. I boosted big. I came in. I actually like Magneto's SP2. Sometimes I think that was over 100,000 damage, and it just finished the fight. Wanted to make sure I didn't get pushed to my side of the map. Now going in against this Iron Man Infinity War. Admittedly, I am still working on repair. It's something I'm going to work on, and that can sometimes make a fight a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I think you would want to reparry this Iron Man. You'll get the extended stun on that. But if you don't, or if you miss it, let's say, it's really a very easy. It's one of the reasons why I like Magneto, or it's just one of the additional reasons why I think he's great. It's just a little backup. You can even hold the heavy until you really just see the opening there with Iron Man, maybe when he's pausing and starting to maybe think about moving forward, his chest kind of pops out. And then I think it's an analogy of, if you ever watched old men play basketball, this is what their jump shot is. They take a little dribble into the lane and they pull up and they just got this little hop at the end there. And that's what I think Magneto looks like. And you can just time it. Was talking about the SP2 there. You see it just finishes the fight for me. And, Magneto's a simplifier. He makes otherwise difficult fights easy. Now, I think this is the continued evolution. I will link the previous two war videos that had Magik fights in. I've learned a lot, and one of the things we talked about is if you're starting the fight with the SP1 and you're concerned about the power gain of the defender, which you typically are if you're using the SP1, you can use the potential limbo to your advantage. But you want to start blocking. You see, I started blocking there, and it's a great thing that I did because she did not start in limbo. So if I just took a 5-hit combo to the face, I could have ended up with some problems. I used parry to get a little bit of power going there, and I wasn't too concerned about his SP1 or anything like that. But I then saw when he was getting close to his SP2, and I chose that as my opportunity to go in for the 5-hit combo. And then, once you get that power lock on in a fight like this, you get the power lock on with Magik, the fight really should be over. It's going to take an error, typically on your part, or some sort of mess up or a missed input or something to lose this fight. I am being careful to make sure that I don't somehow get pushed to 3 bars of power. I would not want to do that because I do have Mystic Dispersion, and that would reset the whole balance of this. So I'm just coming in. I'm keeping it very conservative. I know a lot of people like to do the full backdraft intercept. I only have this one fight with her. This is a mini boss island. So I'm comfortable just bringing him in, backdraft into a parry, 4-hit combo. Just you can see, it wasn't like I was concerned for the length of the fight. And so I think that's one of the things to keep in mind. So you want to make sure you have the block on, so you can make sure you have Limbo started. And then if Limbo is in there, it's okay to take that combo to the face. You're gonna heal back up, and then now you're probably at 2 bars or very close to it. So, because remember, the defensive power rate is stronger, higher, faster, whatever the term, it's more powerful, whatever, than your offensive power rate, right? Taters went over that in his last war video. If you have any questions about that, you can ask me, of course, or you can see it there, or check out his video. He goes over it in some pretty good detail. And then my last fight of the season, you know, I chose to go ahead and even just use my pre-fight for fun. I knew this was going to be it for me. I wasn't feeling well. I joined a high-functioning BG, so they were fitting me in this season, and I really appreciate them doing it. I learned a lot, and so I just used it, and of course, just crushed that long shot, which is always fun to do. Evaded the SP2 there, was feeling very confident on my game, and we finished that off. So the MVPs, congratulations to them, of King Buck, Hen, and Rez, great players. Frequently we see them on the MVP there. And then of the Falling War, Legacy, Walking, and Amir. Again, fantastic players. They deserve these MVPs. The Alliance is really full of players like this. And then I'm really proud of this. I won this award. It's the Paragon, which to make it a simple translation, it's a team player. It's someone who's willing to do what it takes. I place 4 rank 3 6-stars on defense, and the other defender is an R2. I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy to do that. I want to be an asset to the group. And I did talk to my BG leader, or you know, text over line, and I had said, I'm like, hey, look, I realize I'm joining a high-functioning group, high-functioning BG. I would like more fights, but I want to earn them. So maybe in this off season, we can talk about some fights that maybe you see potentially coming up, or maybe we're putting a huge burden on some of our best players and they're just taking an exorbitant amount of fights. How can I be an asset, right? Like, and I think that's, if anything, if I can share anything, is if you're not getting all the fights you want, like, don't complain, you know, don't whine, try to stay away from the passive aggressive comments. Just go in, talk to the BG leader, the Alliance leader, and say, like, how can I be an asset? What can I do? Or is there someone I can rank up? And if they respond back positively, then you're in a great place, and go with it and work hard and have a lot of fun. This is a game. War is a completely team mode of the game, and it can be so much fun when you're in the right place. So I've been very fortunate. I left a Great War Alliance and I ended up joining a Great War Alliance. And I'm in a place where my BG leader actually said, hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about that, and we'll work on it. And thanks so much for being patient and just being willing to place a really strong defense. And so I did not know I was going to get this card. I'm very honored by it. I know some folks might think it's a little bit cheesy or a little nerdy or whatever, but you know what? I'm a little bit cheesy. I'm a little bit nerdy. And so I love it. They put one of my favorite champions on there, a sentimental favorite of mine. And I just think it's a great way to finish off the season and really go into what I hope is going to be a very, very strong next season for me, where I learn a lot more things, where I become a better player at this game, and I can show you those things, and you can ask the questions, and we can exchange ideas, because that's what I'm hoping to do here, particularly with the War Series, is have all of us get better at this game together and be entertained while we do it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll probably have a few off-season wars and fights that I post, obviously not on the quite regular schedule. And then we're going to get to those champion showcases. I got a lot to get out to. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter at VegaGaming583. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.